Shia's Got Talent.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear sisters and brothers, and welcome to episode 2 of season 1, which is for the first time ever in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, for the first time in East Africa and in the African continent. Shia's Got Talent. Last night we had our first ever audition, which left the judges some in tears, some in awe, some with a standing ovation, but only 4 made it to the next round. And here we are tonight to witness another exciting pool of talent of this very blessed city of Dar es Salaam. 12 contestants who will compete against each other, and only 4 of them will make it to the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming contestant number 1 for episode number 2, season number 1, Brother Muhammad Abbas Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Muhammad Abbas, how old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
18 years old. I have just some part of your information, your biography. So you started when you were 2 years and a half, yes, mashallah.
Yes,
you have participated in different competitions.
Yes.
And you are teaching as well. During the holy month of Ramadan.
I was a teacher.
You're a great man. I want to hear from you and the beautiful recitation, inshallah, you will smash it today. Which part of the Holy Quran are you going to recite for us?
Surah Luqman.
Surah
Luqman.
MashaAllah. From the beginning or any specific verse?
In the middle, from verse 12 to 21.
Okay, MashaAllah. Verse 12 to 21. When you're ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
يا رحمن يا رحيم.
ولقد آتينا لقمان الحكمة أن اشكر لله ومن يشكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن الله غني حميد وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك بي ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا واتبع سبيل من أناب إلي ثم إلي مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون يا بني إنها إن تك مثقال حبة من خردل من خردل فتكن في صخرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض يأت بها الله إن الله لطيف خبير يا بني أقم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف وانه عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور ولا تصعد خدك للناس ولا تمش في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مختال فخور واقصد في مشيك واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير ألم تروا أن الله سخر لكم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وأسبغ عليكم نعمه ظاهرة وباطنة ومن الناس من يجادل في الله بغير علم ولا هدى ولا كتاب منير وإذا قيل لهم اتبعوا ما أنزل الله قالوا بل نتبع ما وجدنا عليه آباءنا أولو كان الشيطان يدعوهم إلى عذاب السعير صدق الله العلي العظيم
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وآله الأطهار.
Ahsan. Brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for contestant number 1 for today. Sayyid Jalal, over to you.
MashaAllah, Muhammad Abbas Muhammad, Ahsan Sana. MashaAllah, beautiful recitation. Overall, the recitation was really nice, especially the tajweed ahkam was really good. Many parts of the recitation, so the tajweed, the recitation was really the way I was expected. You recited in tartib, yes. In tartib, you normally recite qara, so we have heard your qara. But our person was expecting your jawab and jawab and jawab. Yes? What we mean with jawab or jawab and jawab, for example, when we recite, do you know which maqam you recited?
I'm not very familiar with it, but I think it was Kurti.
No, it was not. It was maqam al-hawad. You know, the hawad, it comes from nahwa. It is actually your maqam. All the Khawaja, Indian Pakistanis, their dominant melody is Nahawat, which you recited. You recited the whole things in one maqam. So, of course, the topic was very good for the maqam Nahawat. When the topic, subject is about stories or about conversation, we recited maqam Nahawat, which you recited beautifully. That was good. But still, we require changing of maqam. Or even in the same maqam, you have to bring the jawab. Like for example here, Ya Bunayya. Ya Bunayya aqimi as-salata wa'mur bil ma'ruf wanha 'anil munkari wasbir 'ala ma asabak. So you showed the higher pitch of your voice. I told you, your recitation based on tajweed was really beautiful, especially Tahqiq al-Ra was excellent. Just, inshallah, if you go to the next round, you work on Qira'ah, Tahqiq, tajweed. And as well, Mim Sakin, Mim Sakin, Iqaq, Mim Sakin. All beautiful recitation. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Sayyid Muhammad Hassan.
I'll be very brief, so I have to say elaborate very clearly. But I just want to ask you a question. Is there a reason why you decided to read from the Quran?
The reason why I chose this verse is because it's about Hazrat Luqman, the companion of the Holy Prophet, advising his son. For example,
Luqman preceded the Holy Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Yeah. But carry on, please.
So he was advising his son to, to pray and to stay away from shirk.
One of the most underrated figures within the Holy Quran is Luqman al-Hakim, the wise. Who is he talking to?
To his son.
His son. He's advising him to remember God the same way you remember God today by reading the Quran. And so may Allah bless you and may you be further inspired by this great man, Luqman al-Hakim.
Right, brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in thanking and appreciating the efforts of our first contestant for tonight, Brother Muhammad Abbas Muhammad. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming contestant number 2, a second female contestant for the Shia's Got Talent, Sister Sayeda Liaquat Chandu. Said Ali, you have your first ever poetry contestant. Episode 2.
I want to say the pleasure to meet you. I just wanted to ask you, is this poetry in English?
Yes, it's in English with a few Arabic words in it, but all of them related to Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Fantastic. And why did you pick Imam Ali alayhi salam?
It is because growing up, my late father said, whenever you're in trouble, remember Imam Ali, call upon Ali, the savior and then investor.
Sure. Nadia Ali. Barakallah.
Exactly.
We look forward to hearing this poetry.
They asked me, why do you often say Nadia Ali and Mazhar al-Ajaib?
Yes.
Call upon Ali, the manifestation of marvels. What else can I say? For he was born in the Kaaba and he refused to see the world until he saw the Prophet of his time. His light was created years before he was known as the Savior. For when Nuh salam alayha's ark was in trouble, Nuh called his name. When Musa alayhi salam had to face Fir'aun, Musa salam alayha called his name. When Ibrahim alayhi salam had to sacrifice Ismail alayhi salam, when Ibrahim alayhi salam had to face Nimrod, Ibrahim alayhi salam called his name. When Dawood alayhi salam had to face Goliath, Dawood alayhi salam called his name. The Bible calls him Aliyah, the Torah calls him Bari, Zabur calls him Ali, Hindus call him Kakbar, Romans call him Batrisa, Turkish call him Shabir, Persians call him Jabtar, Arabs call him Ali. From Badr to Nahar he defended Islam with honor and courage. His bravery is known worldwide. His compassion any orphan can attest to. His knowledge higher than the seventh heaven, and his love for his followers deeper than the seventh ocean. His legacy lives on. Mighty he was for the Prophet, the honest and the truth. Say, La fatha illa Ali wa la sayf illa Zulfiqar. There is no warrior like Ali and no sword like Zulfiqar. The Lord Most High says, with a smile, Allah says, Ali is Yasubul Din. Ali is the chief of religion. He is the most honest, the most trustworthy, the most merciful, the most kind. He is Amirul Mu'mineen. He is Ali. He is my master. What else am I expected to say if not, Nadi Ali al-Mazhara Ajaib? Call upon Ali, the manifestation of marvels.
MashaAllah.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
Brilliant, electrifying, eloquent, detailed, and you seem to have just taken a deep breath of relief that it's all over now. First female contestant for today, you seem to be inspired, you seem to be in awe, you stood up. What's going on?
No, you are 100% right, MJ. Whatever we do is not enough. Of course, Sayyida did mention that within the poetry where she mentioned whatever I say, basically, it's not going to be enough. And that is basically the description of Ma'amali in a nutshell. I wasn't expecting that, and I don't think the judges expected that either, because you came in quite shy, which is fantastic, and that's the attributes of all mu'mineen. But then when it came time to do the fada'il of Amir al-Mu'mineen, we can't go shy, because we have to match the fada'il with the passion. I've actually given you 10 for delivery. I'm not giving anyone 10 so far for delivery, and you deserve a 10.
Can I interrupt say that he's a harsh marker?
Yeah, I have to be very harsh.
You were saying yesterday, what's your scoring? So that is a massive one.
Yeah, I'm not giving anyone above an 8 so far in anything, and I've given you a 10 for that. From the aspect of Fada'il, it was very interesting how you laid it out, because what you've done here, you've done something called a blank verse. You didn't use the concept of rhythm. You structured it where you went on from one scene to another scene by using blank verses, which is structured without rhythm. So this is an interesting methodology of poetry that advanced level poets do. You don't need to keep on constantly doing rhythm, because rhythm actually takes away from some of the skills that poets have. It limits you. So you want to get rid of rhythm where needed. The passion you mentioned that. You also used very good metaphorical words that I was very, very inspired by. The only thing I'd say is slow down, because sometimes when we get too passionate, it's hard to keep on with the train. So if you can slow down, it would be even better. If you made it to the semi-final, I would want you to find one thing specific about the Imam that we're going to pick, or the Prophet, and I want to go and see the skills of using English linguistic poetry, which is technical, like you use the words of alliteration, pronouns, all the technical words, and even the actual language. I want you to go a bit deeper within that one context. Well, fantastic job. Jazakallah.
Shukran.
Brilliant. Thank you, Sayyid Ali. Sayyid Muhammad Hassan, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaykum salam.
You'll have to excuse me, I will not give you the same naya really. However, I will give you some feedback. Your passion is very clear. Your love for Amir al-Mu'mineen is obvious. I still have goosebumps, and what I really appreciated was your usage of ahadith and Quran. With respect to the Quran, I saw you invoking that the prophets of God before Amir al-Mu'mineen invoked Amir al-Mu'mineen. We find this in the ayah with respect to Nabi Adam alayhi salam. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. فَلَمَّا تَلَقَّى آدَمُ مِنْ رَبِّهِ كَلِمَاتٍ. When Adam received these words or these names, فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ, Allah forgave him over them. He recited the names. What were the names? If you read the tafasir, what were these names? Adam felt his repentance. Of course, he's a ma'soom, but he feels he could have done better for his Lord. So he received these names from God. The first name, if you read any tafsir, As-Suyuti, a non-Shia scholar, our tafasir, regardless, the consensus is the following. He raised his hands and he said, Allahumma bihaqqi Ali, wa anta Aliyun a'la, wa bihaqqi Muhammad, wa anta, wa bihaqqi Fatima, wa anta Fatima as-samawati wal ard, wa bihaqqi al-Hasan, wa anta Muhsin, wa bihaqqi al-Husayn, wa anta Qadim al-Ihsan. Your use of the Quran was beautiful. The Hadith was beautiful too. You said, I am the one known as in the Torah as Eliya, the one in the Bible as this and that, that's the hadith of Shaykh material. So you clearly have the comprehensive knowledge and you put it into your poetry. Like Sayyid Jalal said, you gave us a lecture and a recitation. Barakallah.
Right, brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate the efforts of our second contestant. Brother Jose Ballu, who has been a huge servant in our community, who has done brilliant amount of work for Azadari, and he's compiled books with other reciters that have created kids clubs and stuff like that. I want to take this opportunity to formally welcome you to the show, and there is no welcome without asking you to come and bless tonight's occasion with a few verses of Allah. Please, Brother Joseph, if you can please make your phone.
محمد وآل محمد صلوات.
محفل میں آج جمع ہے محبان اہل بیت، محفل میں آج جمع ہے محبان اہل بیت، بھر بھر کے ان کو جام دیے جا رہے ہم، مولا علی کا نام لیے جا رہے ہم، توصیف اہل بیت کیے جا رہے ہم،
دشمن کا خوف اور نہ خطرہ بلاؤ کا، دشمن کا خوف اور نہ خطرہ بلاؤ کا، ناد علی کا ورد کیے
جا رہے ہم، مولا علی کا نام لیے جا رہے ہم، توصیف اہل بیت کیے جا رہے ہم، دامن علی کا مومنوں چھوٹے نہ ہاتھوں سے، دامن علی کا مومنوں چھوٹے نہ ہاتھوں سے، ہم سب کو یہ پیام دیے جا رہے ہم، مولا علی کا نام لیے جا رہے ہم، توصیف اہل بیت کیے جا رہے ہم، محمد وآل محمد صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Inshallah, the last recitation is in honor of Sayyidah Zahra, and this was during her final days, and she's basically advising her family.
وہ فاطمہ زہرا کا گھر بھر کو بلانا، اور سب کو شہادت کی خبر ہائے سنانا، وہ فاطمہ زہرا کا گھر بھر کو بلانا، جاتی ہوں میں والی مجھے بابا ہے بلا دے، جاتی ہوں میں والی مجھے بابا ہے بلا دے، بچوں کو میرے بعد تم ہی ناز اٹھانا، وہ فاطمہ زہرا کا
گھر بھر
کو بلانا،
سر نے زیب شبیر میرے لال چڑھے گا سر میں زیب شبیر میرے لال چڑھے گا بہنوں کو لیے ساتھ تم دربار میں جانا وہ
فاطمہ زہرا کا
گھر بھر کو بلانا
جنات میں رہوں گی نہ میں گھر گھر میں پھروں گی جنات میں رہوں گی نہ میں گھر گھر میں پھروں گی بیٹے کی میرے فرش آزاد جو بچھانا وہ فاطمہ زہرا کا گھر بھر کو بلانا
محمد وآل محمد صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد معجز بہت خوبصورت
Ahsan. Thank you very much. Sisters and brothers, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming contestant number 3, Brother Zohair Kanji.
How are you? Yeah. So I understand you are already an established reciter, mashallah, in the community. What made you want to come and participate in spite of being established in the community?
Well, it's Imam's word, so there's nothing like
Awesome. And what were you going to be reciting today?
today I'm reciting Awasha, Yamani,
So this is the side. For the benefit of the judges, you want to maybe just tell them the topic and translate maybe just the matbah, so detail manager or shot. Just those 2 lines for the benefit of the judges and the viewers and the crowd.
So it's Imam Hussein asking the sister, Bibi Zainab, to give him the kurta as a kafan, so he can go out and
Ladies and gentlemen, Allah salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. دی تھی اماں نے جو پوشاک اولاد و زینا اپنے ہاتھوں سے کفن مجھ کو پہنا دو زینا آج مقتل میں فقط بات تمہاری ہوگی ابھی اماں سے ملاقات ہماری ہوگی ابھی اماں سے ملاقات ہماری ہوگی کوئی پیغام اگر ایک سنا دو زینا اپنے ہاتھوں سے کفن مجھ کو پہنا دو زینا ہاتھ پابند رسل بہنا تمہارے ہوگے مجھ کو رہ کے خیالات پر لاشیں سے ملے مجھ کو رہ کے خیالات پر لاشیں سے ملے کہ کس طرح نکالو گی بتا دو زینا اپنے ہاتھوں سے کفن مجھ کو پہنا دو زینا میرے لاشے کی رہے گی تمہیں پہچان بہن چاک کر دو میرے
गिरबान बन, कोई लूटे न इसे ऐसे बता दो ज़ना, अपने हाथों से कफन मुझको पहना दो ज़ना, सामने अपने सकीना से उतर वालों को है, अभी कुछ देर में लुट जाएगा मजलूम का घर, अभी कुछ देर में लुट जाएगा मजलूम का घर, ये अमानत किसी गोशे में छुपा लो ज़ना, अपने हाथों से कफन मुझको पहना दो ज़ना, घर से शफीर जनाजे की तरह से निकले, सब रोते थे तकल्लुम दर खैमे पे करे, सब रोते थे तकल्लुम दर खैमा पे करे, शेर जिस दम कहा मरने की रज़ा दो ज़ना, अपने हाथों से कफन मुझको पहना दो ज़ना, दी थी अम्मा ने जो पोशाक बुला दो ज़ना, अपने हाथों से कफन मुझको पहना दो ज़ना।
मोहम्मद व मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु
Thank you very much, Brother Zuhair Ramai. Mullah Muhammad Askarim, over to you first.
Ahsantum, your recitation and your emotion took me straight to the day of Ashura. It's a very heartbreaking kalam. So it's a really beautiful recitation. The emotion in certain kalams is very important. And you hit the nail on the head with the emotion. You know, I can still see the emotion in you. So that was absolutely beautiful. You connected with the crowd. I think based on my first comment, the choice was superb. And like I said yesterday, the choice is really important. Also, the pitch you chose for the kalam, I think was really good. You know, this kalam, you go a little bit too low, you don't get emotion. You get too high, you lose yourself in emotion. So that was brilliant. I think just a few things that we probably use to improve the kalam. One is, because it's such an emotional kalam, you can change the intonation. So certain places it was a really good delivery, but it was the same throughout. So if you slow down in some places, and I know you did it in that places, but you could improve on how you are changing the pace of the kalam. I think like in one part you said like, yeah, but that was the right idea, but the wrong place. You know, amanat is it's not a soft thing. If you were saying about Bibi Sakina, the softness of the voice would be appropriate there. So it's a great idea. Work on it, but use it in the right place. One other thing is positive and some feedback is you ended beautifully, but you started too quick. This is a Masai kalam. So if you say salawat and you start, almost like you Didi Amma ne jo poshak la do zena. You set the face for the kalam. Again, these are very small things. The only other thing I would add is, again, you understood the language. So it was very clear that you're understanding what you're saying. I think it was a very good recitation, really good, and you can make it great just on one point with the Urdu. I think you said khare, but the word is khare, not khare. But you understand, these are very small points. I think it was a phenomenal recitation. You broke all our hearts. Ahsantum, thank you so much. Well done.
Right, thank you. Brilliant. Said Ali.
Thank you very much, Zahed, for our heartfelt recitation. It's very good that obviously when you explain it, we can feel it whilst you recite. Sometimes when people recite, they close their eyes because they're trying to connect. That's exactly what you did. And then by me watching you close your eyes, I started feeling without understanding Urdu, which is fantastic. There's something called vocal power, which is the ability to use your vocals to fill the room. You've got very strong vocal power, very strong. People at the back can hear it very loud, I'm assuming. So that was very good. The pitching was good as well. Slightly, your pitch went off a few times, I can notice, because if I'm comparing one paragraph to another, the second one or the third one, it slightly went off, but that was a very small, minor detail. I think you've got something very interesting as well. When you recite, you are on the borderline. We do this in the Arab world. When it's a very sad marsiya or noha, in our case, lamia or na'i, sometimes if it's very sad, the reciter, he goes on the edge of crying without crying. So then the crying gives you the impression that you're actually crying without actually going out of the melody. You went on the brink, so I could see that. That was a very good job. I think you've got a very good future. Ahsant.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Zuhair Kanji. Join me in welcoming contestant number 4 for tonight, Brother Muhammad Ali Wali.
Ali Wali. Pleasure to meet you, Muhammad. Can you just explain to us what's the information regarding the actual mantra? What is it that we're talking about next specifically?
So this manga talks about the grave of Imam Ali. So it's about how Imam Ali was just, how Imam Ali was shuja, brave, and praised that he had. How one of the ways of praising Imam Ali is using manqabat and using nadas. So I will praise Imam Ali by using manqabat.
I'm not taking much of your time. Muhammad Ali, the stage is yours.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
I have no words. It was, I think I would say, a perfect performance from what I saw. You know, and I think Hakim said one of the previous one, I did not expect that. Honestly, the way you grew into this recitation, I mean, so, okay, your stage presence, when you came in, I thought it'd be lukewarm, but it was phenomenal. It was amazing because you started and you owned that stage. It's like you've been there 10 times before, and it's a daunting experience. So you own the stage, you own the crowd, your emotion, you know, for the benefit of those that don't understand Urdu, when he was angry, his face was, you know that face you made, and that's a unique skill. So every emotion, like MJ said, was appropriate. You know, your hand actions were absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I'm surprised I'm honored to have listened to you today, but I'm surprised I've not seen you recite before. So I want to see a lot more, and that was captivating. To be honest, I love your passion, I love how you engage with the crowd, and Ara Adrian at the end. I think the only thing I would say to you for the next round is I would probably want to see maybe a know-how from you, because your personality is made from Uncovered. You will captivate anyone. So, I mean, absolutely amazing, phenomenal. Keep it up, and I'm looking forward to hearing a lot more of you for years to come, inshallah. Ahsan.
Brilliant.
You made us proud, you did very well, excellent recitation, credit to your delivery, you really expressed yourself very well, you your hands looking at us, so I've only seen one other contestant do it like you so far, so I give you a 10 again for delivery for this one. You are a confident individual, again like when Mohammed, you came out, I'm not sure what's happening, is he confident, is he not, but then you brought it into your performance, very happy about that. You've got the structure of a reciter, so to take you even further forward, I want you to start working on your vocal ability, the tahiyyah, which is all that stuff. You need to start adding that because I know you can do it. And also, just at the beginning, you went faded a bit. For example, if I'm going to recite and explain it to you, I've got a small segment here about Imam Ali. I want to do it in the way that we recited it, and then I want to show you how we can make it even more stronger and how you matched it at the end. Okay? My feet frozen as if unused, a single moment. My feet refused. So it's a bit soft, but it's a bit far away. Now, if I do it a bit more stronger, my feet frozen as if unused, a single moment, my feet refuse. You see how it's a bit more powerful? You match that at the end, so if you keep it consistent like that, you've got a very big future, and I think you've got a very good personality as well that will match it. Very good job.
I really like your personality, you're a great man. You have supporters. If I don't give you a good note to park, these people, they will cancel my flight and I have to go maybe to Zanzibar. I hate in Zanzibar, Habibi. So I have to give you good notes, good marks.
Deep down, you also want to move to Zanzibar, because, it's better than London.
Yeah, I have to, but because his supporters, they will stop me there and they will cancel my maybe.
I'm sure the supporters will only go against you if should I put you on the spot?
Yes.
This is my part. Okay, between the two of you, well, the longest I So we start. Both of you start at the same time.
At the same time?
Yes. Okay, so 3.
You want me to be the loser or?
Don't see this.
You're gonna have down or
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Ladies and gentlemen, our youngest contestant for Father Attila, Brother Ahmed Ali Kabir. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Brother Hilal Asif Jarrah. Say Jalal, we have a very eloquently dressed Quran reciter.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? How old are you?
16.
16. MashaAllah. I think by now you are jobless, MashaAllah. Participants and parents taking. Yeah, so I see MJ shorter.
Yeah, that's what I'm keen to with it.
Challenging, MashaAllah. So, which one of you would Quran you're going to recite for us?
I'm going to recite the last ayah of the Quran.
The last verse, the last ayah or the last verses?
Last verse.
Last verse of Surah Al-Baqarah. Is it enough?
It's enough because I'll be repeating slightly.
When you were freestyle. Okay, you want to smash it, yes? When did you first start to say that you were good?
I first started maybe 6-7 years ago.
And who was your first teacher?
I had a mother who comes to my house. Mother Saeed.
Is he a good mother?
The best.
The best. Magnificent. We will see inshallah the result tonight. You will smash it inshallah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, right hand salawat for this fellow gentleman. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا رحمن يا رحيم.
لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا
واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين صدق الله العلي العظيم
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار جميعا على ما شاء الله وآله
Right, brilliant. Said Jalal, over to you.
Hilal, mashallah, beautiful recitation. I really liked the way you recited freestyle, you recited by your heart without looking at the verse of the Holy Quran. That shows that how confident you are. Beautiful recitation. Of course, you are in a critical age and the voice sometimes is not helping you. Breathing is very important. I saw you are just, the way you take breath is very important. Breathing in the recitation, even if you do a sport or exercise, is very important. When you take breath, we have to wait a while and we have to just get the air go inside our lung and then we recite through our diaphragm. Yeah, because the way you're reciting, the outcome is even more than 50% is air because you are just releasing all the air. Yes? You recited mainly Maqam al-Hawad. Normally du'as, because these verses are du'as as well, but at the beginning that was okay. So it's okay, it requires Maqam al-Hawad. But normally du'as, we recited Maqam either Hijaz or Maqam al-Ajam. Like this, for example. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. And then you go higher. Your dawah was good, beautiful. That was waiting for Jawab and Jawab. Because you were reciting just in basically Qur'an. But overall, you have done a good job. Just work on your breathing system. And overall, I'm happy. And as well, pronunciation of some letters like the Ta and the Ain. Ahsan. Barakallahu fi. Good job. Good job.
Said Muhammad Hassan.
Habibi, Hilal, Asif, how are you?
How are you?
Well, alhamdulillah, Habibi, beautiful recitation. Along with the advice that the Sayyid offered, I just want to add that you came in like your namesake, Hilal, shiny. I like the chain. You look very fresh. And I wish you could share with us your advice on how you can encourage other 16-year-olds on being more Quran-centric, because that's not something common.
In my experience, what helps is just starting small. So maybe what we have this thing in our Jamaat before the lecture is like 5 minutes recitation. So you start building up slowly. So from there you can ask to recite there. Once you start getting in front of a crowd, then from there you can build up.
Allah. I wish we could copy and paste you. But there's only one Muhammad Hilal. Barakallah.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Hilal Asif Jarrah. Join me welcoming Brother Sahil Samir. Said Jalal, we have, I think today looks like a bit of a dishwasher competition day.
Yeah, really.
We have a white, blue, a black, a dark blue.
Yes, I really like the instructions they're doing. They're very well. So, but this color is very nice. Okay, Sahil, how old are you, buddy?
14.
14, mashallah. When did you first start recitation of the Quran?
Maybe when I was 5 or 4.
5 or 4. Who actually motivated you to recite Quran?
My mom.
Your mom. Is your mom here? No? Okay. Salam to your mom and where she is. Okay, good. Which part of the Quran are you going to recite? Surah Qiyamah. The beginning?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Ready to smash it? Inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا أقسم بيوم القيامة ولا أقسم بالنفس اللوامة أيحسب الإنسان أن لن نجمع عظامه بلى قادرين على أن نسوي بنانه بل يريد الإنسان ليفجر أمامه يسأل أيان يوم القيامة فإذا برق البصر وخسف القمر وجمع الشمس والقمر يقول الإنسان يومئذ أين المفر كلا لا وزر إلى ربك يومئذ المستقر ينبأ الإنسان يومئذ بما قدم وأخر بل الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معاذيره لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به إن علينا جمعه وقرآنه فإذا قرأناه فاتبع قرآنه ثم إن علينا بيانه كلا بل تحبون العاجلة وتذرون الآخرة وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة ووجوه يومئذ باسرة تظن أن يفعل بها فاقرة كلا إذا بلغت التراقي وقيل من راق وظن أنه الفراق والتفت الساق بالساق إلى ربك يومئذ المساق فلا صدق ولا صلى ولكن كذب وتولى ثم ذهب إلى أهله يتمطى أولى لك فأولى ثم أولى لك صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وآله أحسنتم ما شاء الله بارك الله فيكم. If you don't mind, I ask him, can you مساعدة التحقيق؟ التجويد. Any surah you want, so تحقيق, you know what I mean? Yes, please, please. You know the way you recite, inshallah, will give you in comments what I have to say. Come on.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
شو الحاجة؟
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
أحسنت. صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
Right, Sajjada, over to you.
Sahib, you brought drops of tears to my eyes, really, in the way you recited. Your name is Sahib. I wanted to maybe take you to Zanzibar, and I'm sitting there and you're reciting. I want to just to carry on. I don't want you to stop. That was really beautiful recitation. I really enjoyed it. I wanted to actually you to recite for me in tahqiq and show the jawab and jawab and jawab. But overall the recitation was really nice. You started with maqam bayati and the majority of part you recited maqam al-Qur'an. I think you copied Bashar al-Afasi, if I'm not mistaken, Sheikh Bashar al-Afasi, if I'm not mistaken, yes?
I just did myself, I didn't follow him.
Really? It's naturally, you are creative, by the way. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So overall, beautiful recitation, really. I didn't want you to stop because I was feeling that, as I mentioned, I'm in Sahel, as your name is Sahel. You take me to Sahel, to the beach. You know, Sahel means beach. So, inshallah, you will practice on some points I mentioned for you, like leveling of long vowels and pronunciation of some letters, like the sa, ta, ba, and then the ayn as well. But overall, you did a good job. You did a good job. I can just stand up for you. Okay? Ahsan. MashaAllah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So,
Yeah, you're very trainable. And say if orders you or rather requests from you, you follow suit. That's very nice. Do you have a teacher? You do? Inshallah, stick with that. May Allah bless you. One thing I want to say, how do you work under pressure? Was it a little bit distracting when you were reciting Quran right now or no?
No.
Not really? That's good. You block off the noise?
Yeah.
Sometimes you hear crowd noise. And that's not good on the crowd side, on our side. But if you can learn to manage diverting that, that's very good. So may Allah bless you.
ladies and gentlemen, when the Sahib, sisters and brothers, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Sister Fatima Shahid Jafar. Right, so Muhammad Hassan, you have a lecture right on stage.
Alhamdulillah, I was just not to say that there's a lot of measured contributions. Right. I am so proud to see the sisters in a field which is predominantly male-dominated and smashed. I am so happy, mashallah. Thank you, sister. Brilliant, brilliant.
Thank you.
Before we begin, how long have you been lecturing?
So I've never lectured before, maybe some speeches at school. It's my first time and I'm super excited.
MashaAllah. Do you ever feel nerves? And so it's very natural, but do you feel anxious, agitation, anything like that?
Not so nervous because I'm a very confident person and I'm very extroverted. So I have the confidence in me.
You don't even need to say it, you can see it, mashallah. You know one thing about public speaking, there was a research ever done on the top 10 phobias. I would like everyone's attention. Top 10 phobias: arachnophobia, spiders, this and that phobia, heights. Do you know where public speaking is? Public speaking is ahead of death. People would rather die than give public lectures. It's because your insecurities are laid out, you're on the spotlight, everyone's watching, potentially judging. Not these judges, only positive judges, inshallah ta'ala. So to see you in such an area, in this field, at your young age, with the confidence you carry, is very commendable. So I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Thank you.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. In the pursuit of worldly dreams we roam, forgetting our purpose, neglecting our goals. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us for a greater goal, not just for pleasure, but to seek the soul. Amidst materialistic desires we stray, chasing wealth and power along the way. But are these the true aims we should chase? While worldly goals persist, have we forgotten our spiritual aims? Too often we favor worldly delight, choosing devices over Quran and sacred light. Sins we commit, salah we neglect, giving more importance to worldly affairs. Now, let me take you all back to the 10th of Muharram 61 AH. On the day of Ashur, a man stood on the sand dune of Karbala, his heart heavy with grief. Throughout the day, he carried the lifeless bodies of his loved ones. Hal min nasirin yansurna? Is there anyone to respond to our call of aid? He called out. Imam Hussein alayhi salam knew those who wanted to help him had already laid down their lives for him. Who was Imam Hussein calling out to them? This was his battle of Jihad al-Akbar. He had already demonstrated that his objective had always been to create a spiritual awakening. So are we spiritually awake? Are we? When our Imam, the Imam of our time, will call us, will I be prepared? Will we be prepared? I request you all to close your eyes and imagine. Imagine the Imam of our time standing in front of us in our room. I don't know how your room looks like, but I will start running around, shoving things down my bed, inside my drawers, take my TV remote, my phone, and throw it out, and I will start fixing my hijab. This proves that I am not prepared for the Imam of my time. Do you think the Imam of our time would want an army scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and glued through their phones? You think so? Surah Qasas, ayah 60 states, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَمَاتُوا الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا وَزِينَتُهَا. And whatever you people have been given, it is only for the enjoyment of worldly life and its adornment. وَمَا عِندَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. And what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is better and more lasting. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. So will you not be wise then? When we will be in our graves, 6 feet under, no one will remember what car we were driving, what we were wearing, where we were living, how many followers we had.
MashaAllah.
Now it's on us to decide, the dunya or the akhirah. Would we want to answer the call of Imam Mahdi? How are we preparing to answer his call?
tips I can share with you. To actively wait for the Imam. We can engage in prayer. We can pray extra namaz such as namaz al-shab, namaz al-shukr. And the best thing that Imam loves is when we pray united. Jamaat namaz. It's very important. And we also should pray namaz on time. We can also recite the Quran and reflect upon its verses to attain a deeper connection with our religion. We can do dhikr and istighfar. We can do self-reflection. We can apply this process on our daily routines. We can reflect upon our acts and our deeds throughout the day. Before sleeping at night, we can think about, was our deed good? Was it bad? How did it affect other people? Can we improve it? We can say salam to our Imam. When we wake up and before sleeping, we can say Khudafis. We can recite Ziyarat on Friday for our Imam. And last but not least, the most important one, united, we can recite Dua al-Hujjat, as it will show Imam respect. I hope this speech made you reflect upon your spiritual journey with our Imam. I'm going through mine. Jazakumullah khair.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. And like said Muhammad, you say that in a male-dominated space, to bring in something of a more personal, because I think it's phenomenal. But you are the best when it comes to this, giving us feedback. So I will to you.
Sister Fatima, Barakallahu Fik, I liked your poetical expressions. You involved poetry in this, so I was quite concerned. Are you going the poetical route? Are you going the lecture route? But then you merged it. Merging as much as you can is very good in lecturing. When you can recite the Quran, you recited it. You didn't just read it. I love that. You weren't distracted, although I know that you got your notes, but still, distractions come and go. One time I was speaking, and a bird flew inside the majlis. The window was open, and it was just running back and forth and flying. And I was pretty distracted. But you handled the stage presence. We spoke about people and their phobias in public speaking. You managed that very well. So I'd like to see you advance and graduate from the world of notes to, inshallah ta'ala, your memory. But where you're at 14 years old, I mean, that's light years ahead of where I was. The charisma that you brought forth was very good. When you spoke about matters that mattered, you showed it. You were loud when you needed to be. You invoked that within your vocal. Now, I wanted to mention the usage of the methodologies you brought forth. You didn't just say that we need to be better at our spiritual component or get closer. You brought reasons. Number one, we can read the Quran. Of course, Imam al-Mahdi is the root of the Holy Quran. Look, we can also do the Ziyarah as well. I love that. I love that emphasis of prayer in addition. So you didn't just bring content, you brought various methodologies to supplement that content, which is very, very good and excellent. Like I said, I really want to see you graduate from the world of note-taking to the world of memorization as well, just the main points. Never memorize the main entire lecture, the main skeleton, and use that to go on, inshallah ta'ala. Do you like to listen to lectures yourself?
Yes, I love it. I have favorite lecturers also.
Who are one of them?
One of them is Amar Nakshwani, of
Of
course.
course, the dear mentor and inspiration of ours as well.
And you also, your lectures are very inspiring.
You're going to get 10 points now. No, honestly, you did very well. I liked it. One thing I would like to add, one more bit, and then we'll move on. Introduce the topic early on. I think that would be very useful. You began with a poetical expression, and you then took us to the spirituality and the Sahib al-Zaman aspect. If you can combine that very early so that we know what to expect, that would be very beautiful. Otherwise, as Sayyid would always say, and will continue to say, we smashed it.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much, Sister Fatima. That was a very, very well structured lecture. You raised awareness regarding a topic that's very important. It's the hastening realization of Mahdi. We are currently in the occultation, possibly the end stage of the occultation. Occultation has been going on for 1,184 years. So we need more people like yourself to address such topics. I don't know if if people actually are aware of how well structured this lecture was within 5 minutes, because it was a lot to digest, but however, the people here need to showcase their talent. They've only given 5 minutes. And she did a fantastic job. Again, the poetry was very interesting, using rhyming couplets, one line that rhymes with another, then he switched it on. You linked Imam al-Mahdi with Imam al-Hujjah. So Imam Mahdi with Imam al-Hussein, sorry. And that's a very important link because there is activities regarding Imam al-Hussein when he reappears. And then you moved on to giving an analogy, which you used a room, and then you gave us an answer, which is the tips. How can we actually help him? So to do that in 5 minutes was very hard. Do you doing house studies at the moment?
No.
Okay, I strongly suggest that you take this path of house studies because you're very skilled in it.
But I would encourage you to finish university first. I want to say.
Whilst doing house studies. I've given you the highest mark of anyone so far. You did very well.
Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause. Join me in welcoming with Hussein Chawi. On the bus, we have with Hussein with us. I believe Amata.
It's a Marsha with his name.
Marsha, right? On the bus, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum, Hussein. How are you feeling? I'm good, how are you? Who inspired you to begin this journey of service?
Actually, I was like reciters from outside, like Farhan and Riwayats and yeah.
MashaAllah. And which kalam, I know you said about Siyan, which kalam is it?
Actually, it's a kalam of Muhammad Ali Moshik. Yeah. It's a kalam of Bibi Zainab Salaam Alayhi. Yeah.
Yeah. Want to give the line of, the main line for the benefit of the judges and the viewers, what it means.
Like I see.
What is it about exactly?
So it's about Bibi Zainab. What's the translation of the main line?
It's like Bibi Zainab is telling like, oh people, where were you then when my brother was getting killed? Where were you when Sakina was getting stabbed?
It's a rhetorical question. She's asking in a moment of grief. The Ummah Allah, where are you when this happened or this happened? Yeah, wishing you the best of luck. Bismillah. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Hi Zainab, लुट रही है ऐज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो? हाय ज़ैनब लुट रही है ऐज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो? सूए कूफा जा रही है ऐज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो? मेरे हाशिम के जवानों जुल्म से हमको बचाए नोके नेज़ा सज चुकी है बीवियों की वो रिदाए हर शय रो रही है ऐज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो? हाय ज़ैनब लुट रही है ऐज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो?
मेरे बाबा खाक पे सो ना सकी है ए अज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो हाय ज़ैना लुट रही है ए अज़ीज़ो जिसको महफिल में सजा कर लाते हैं वो ज़ैना अपनी निगरानी में रख कर लाते हैं वो मेरी दुनिया लुट गई है ए अज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो हाय ज़ैना लुट गई है ए अज़ीज़ो तुम कहाँ हो या ज़ैना या ज़ैना या ज़ैना
Said Ali, I see you're rather very moved by this recitation.
Jazakumullah Hussein, beautiful recitation. You know, the situation between Sayyid Zainab and Imam Hussein is very. The tragedies, they say, they actually start even further after Ashura. It's very difficult to comprehend, and of course, just reciting in Urdu. I don't understand what you're saying, but I can feel it. They say when one recitation comes from one heart, it hits another heart. It reminds me of, we have a noha in Arabic that sounds like basically exactly the same tune. يا خويا شلون عفتني وحيدة يا حبيبي يا خويا شلون عفتني وحيدة يا حبيبي. She sings to Imam Hussein, how did you leave me by myself, oh my beloved? It's exactly the same tune. I actually know Hussein. He's the only contestant I actually know on the show because he's a very active individual on social media. He's invited me to his Instagram and we took part in a sheet event. Young man, you've got a big future ahead of you. Your voice is beautiful. It's so nice and you control it so well. It's for me, the lowest marks that I've been given is vocal stability, because it's a difficult thing to do. You can have confidence, you can deliver well, but vocal stability is very difficult, and you're 17, and you have vocal ability like this. Obviously, there's still some movement, but you can still improve it. Pitching slightly, you can improve it, but the melody was on point. Your tuning was on point, and you're a very nice individual as well. I know you behind the stage. So Jazakumullah khair jaza, and may Allah bless you with the continuation of recitation.
Hussein, that was an absolutely beautiful recitation. As soon as you walked in, you looked like Sana Khan, Marcia Khan. You've got a really nice look, mashallah. The start was, when you start the kalam, it has so much value if you start properly. And you started it, I would say 100% perfect. It was so nice. You said the whole tone, everybody's voices were down. The strength of your voice is beautiful, and you can go high, low, and the potential is great. You have so much done in your voice. I honestly wasn't expecting this. I mean, I knew that you've done this, but I didn't expect this. So you absolutely, it was amazing. I think the one thing I would say, Dar es Salaam is so lucky to have amazing reciters here. We have all our guest judges. Mohammed Ali Moshi, a dear friend of mine, brilliant reciter. The only thing I would say is you adopt your own style. There was a bit I felt, when I closed my eyes, this is a compliment by the way, but what I felt like I was listening to Moshi. I want to listen to Hussein Shirazi. So I want you to have your identity, and you can do it very easily by the way. And I know why you did it, even when I was growing up, you have to have inspirations to be able to do it, but you can develop yourself in that side, so when you start reciting, okay, this is Hussein reciting, okay? And I just saw a quick example when we had Aliaster reciting, Brother Aliaster reciting yesterday. We had Jose Nijaz. They have a style. Muhammad Ali has a style. I want you to develop your own style. It's nearly there. I think the other thing was the mic you said Jalal's covered, because when it was going loud, it was too loud. So that's a very small point. I think the other thing, variation in your voice, when you're reciting a sad kalam, the emphasis has to be on the words and the tune, not trying to vary your voice. So in one part, when you say ro rahi hai, you did a jaga. The ro rahi has to be flat, which you say crying. And in Sakina, when you say Sakina, you did some sort of variation. It was not necessary because at that point, Sakina has to be, certain words. So in Marcia, I would recommend that you try and do jaga. Having said that, in Apni Nigrani, do you remember how you recited Apni Nigrani? Just do that. Apni Nigrani. In that part, that was absolutely fine. So just work where you change your voice. Because I'm telling you something, you have wowed me today. So this is just feedback. You have absolutely blown, you guys are making our lives difficult to judge. But what can I say? You really did a good job. I'm so proud. And I think you have a great future. Inshallah, I'm looking forward to hearing more of you on YouTube, here, and inshallah, I don't know what to say. You really are. Keep it up. Well done. Brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Brother Muhammad Fazli Abbas Kimani. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Very well?
He doesn't do nervous at all.
Well, that's great.
Assalamu alaikum. Muhammad, how are you? Why are you here today?
Consider about Imam Ali.
Yeah, and if you win the prize, what will you do with the money?
Some of it I give it to the poor people, some of it I will get.
Thank you so much. Well, that's just before we begin, Muhammad, can you please, what was the kalam? What's the kalam? Oh, you don't need the translation. This is universal. Listen. Over to you.
Ya Haider, Ya Haider, Ya Halim Allah. Ya Haider, Ya Haider, Ya Halim Allah. Sabiya Khan Krishna Ya Haider, Kana hai. Ya Zara Teri Tarah Misle Dariya hai. Khudai mein jahan barki mere Mola tujhe pata hai. Hai teri zaat Gandina के दुश्मनों पर भी तू एक कहर या हैदर या हैदर या हैदर या अली मौला हैदर या अली मौला लिसानुल्लाह वैनुल्लाह तेरी तौसीफ है मौला यदुल्लाह और वजहुल्लाह तेरी तारीफ है मौला खुदानुल्लाह इल्मुल्लाह तेरी तौसीफ है मौला है गुफ्तारे खुदाबंदी तेरी गुफ्तार या हैदर या हैदर या हैदर या अली मौला या हैदर या अली मौला अली अस्माए हुस्ना लग उनका माना है जहाँ सारा कतरे की जरा मिसल दरिया है खुदाई में जहाँ भर की मेरे मौला तुझकता है तेरी जात गंदी नए असरार या हैदर या हैदर या हैदर या अली मौला या हैदर या अली मौला या हैदर या अली मौला मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद तलवार
صل على محمد وآل محمد. أحسن. Ulama was great. We'll start with you.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. That was a beautiful recitation. It was such a nice choice. You chose everybody's favorite topic. I think the only thing I would say is, it was such a nice kalam. Everyone wanted to be ahead their own. So maybe just in future, just make sure you get the chorus and you recite that part more. But one thing I love is you noticed everybody wanted to do it more. So in the last one, you did it twice on purpose?
Yeah.
That's so good. I'm so proud of you. Keep practicing, and I think you've got a really good future. Nice choice, nice voice, nice kalam, nice dress. What more do you want? So well done. MashaAllah. Excellent.
MashaAllah, Habibi, fantastic. Jazakumullah khair for participating today. I've just got here on the notes. It says, what was your first word you said when you were born? MashaAllah.
Wow, subhanallah.
I think that needs another from Sayyid Ali.
No, I think that from Sayyid Jalal.
I think Sayyid Ali. No, I think Sayyid Ali.
No. Just your paper, if you get a stronger piece of paper so it doesn't flop, that way you can see it clearer, because I saw you twisting it a bit. I've had the same issue before. When you practice so much on a single piece of paper, the paper becomes floppy. But that's an indication that you've been practicing a lot, so I'm very happy about that. General increase in vocal ability that you will develop as you carry on, so keep on improving your voice is what I'm trying to say. You did very well. I've got a question to say, Jalal. I really like his outfit. Do you reckon I'll look good in it if I get the same? Because you're the expert in outfits.
Yeah.
Would it work for me as well?
But his kurta is really, really beautiful. I like it. Really. So, but I think
Only you can pull it off.
yeah, but I think for Sayyid Ali Hakim, if I consider Sayyid Ali Hakim in this color, I think it's a bit lagging.
Suspicious.
Yeah,
I think he was
Maybe
very.
I can take a photo of that and send it to London, maybe to Manchester.
Yes, please. I would like
Yeah,
advice on
that's
this.
it. Then you will have a problem there.
I think maybe said Ali, you can pull it off, but dream. Yeah, what is this?
That's flashy.
It's a bit. Said Ali, you might want to avoid that in London, though.
Right. What's one day? Is it like a bunny?
No, it's just out there to wow the judges so that you can keep looking at the pin on his face. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, appreciate the efforts of Muhammad Fastelbas Bimani. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcoming Ali Ayan Qurani. Sayyid Jalal, you have, I think, the youngest contestant.
Yeah. Great man, Ali Hayan. Which surah you got to recite for us?
Surah Rahman.
Oh my God, oh my God.
ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجن من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العلي العظيم
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وآله الأطهار.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 7.5-year-old, a big round of applause. Say Jalal.
Ali Ayan Birani. MashaAllah, beautiful recitation. 7 years old, you have recited Surah Al-Rahman. Even you didn't look at the verse of the Holy Quran, you recited all your recitation from your mind, from your memory. I really appreciate this. And you're confident. You don't feel that you're reciting in sheer God talent. You think that you're reciting maybe, as I mentioned, in Kilimanjaro, or maybe you come back to Zanzibar. You're reciting relax, you're relaxed. You don't have any stress out of it. You're reciting beautifully. I ask your dad and mom to help you stop reciting in tahqiq. Listen to Abdul Basit, because we always, all of us, we started with Abdul Basit. Short surah Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Din, Surah Al-Shams, Surah Al-Taha, in tahqiq, because you have this capability. Of course, you have to work a bit of tajweed, but 7 years old reciting this beautifully, I stand up for you and for your parents. Stand up.
Just to clarify, were you reading it from the Quran or have you memorized the verses? Ladies and gentlemen, he deserves a standing ovation for this. Absolutely brilliant. A 7.5-year-old Surah Rahman. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Well done. Well done. I don't think there's any feedback that can supersede this one, but I'll give it to Sayyid Ali. Sayyid Ali, I see you have a very wide smile. I think because he's your namesake as well. Talk us through this.
Well, that is so funny. Ali, you know, I wish that everyone has parents like you. To put you on the stage on a competition where you are serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through such a beautiful recitation of Surah Al-Rahman. Surah Al-Rahman is one of my favorites. You have actually a very nice sweet voice. Sweet, that's the kind of theme that I'm getting. And although we didn't see as much range, we did see very good vocal stability, which means that you can control your voice well. That means you've got a good future ahead of you. Keep up the great work, and inshallah one day we want to see you also teaching other people when you are older. Accent.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ali Ayaan Kirani. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Alyaskar Manji. Mawlana Muhammad Askari, welcome to you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
How old are you?
16.
Oh, you're one of the languages. You know, one thing that was really touched my heart here, I mean, the prize also included the ziyarah together. But there's so much love for the ziyarah of Imam Hussein. I mean, it's phenomenal. And this is again from the two people I've got from our seniors, but I pray that the love of ziyarah of Imam Hussein stays in the hearts of all the believers, inshallah. So, can you brief us on what you're going to be reciting today, Imam Khalid?
I'm going to be reciting a qasida of the first caliph, Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Okay, and what's the title of the Quran?
It is reciting poetry in the Musalla in the morning to Imam Ali.
Yeah. So you want to translate the yeah. So you want to translate what the whole first line means for the benefit of other judges.
So it means reciting poetry about Imam Ali in your Musalla in the morning. So it doesn't matter what time you are in, you are remembering Imam Ali in every phase of your life.
MashaAllah, Bismillah.
Very good.
Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad salawat. Malaika ne jis baat madho sana ki fizaon mein gooje sadaya Ali ki sadaya Ali ki parindon ne bhi apni बोली में नारा अली का लगाया सवेरे सवेरे मुसल्ले पे मैंने अली का कसीदा चुनी गुनगुनाया सवेरे सवेरे मैं नादे अली पढ़ के सोया था शब को पसंद इस कदर आई ये बात रब को सुहर एक फरिश्ते ने आकर मुझे कसीदा सुनाया सवेरे सवेरे
जियो
मुसल्ले पे मैंने अली का कसीदा चुनी गुनगुनाया सवेरे सवेरे निकल कर अंधेरों के नरगिस से हुर जब दरिया शह पे आया सवेरे 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 तो ज़हरा के बेटे नेक पल में उसका मुकद्दर चढ़ाया सवेरे सवेरे सब मिलके मुसल्ले पे मैंने
अली का कसीदा
चुनी गुनगुनाया मर्जी हसन मर्जी खुदा की अभी सैयदा के लबों पर दुआ थी लबों पर दुआ थी लिबासे जना लेके रिज़वान झन्ना निदर खटखटाया सवेरे सवेरे मुसल्ले पर मैंने अली का कसीदा जुनी गुनगुनाया सवेरे सवेरे
You know what? I'll be genuinely honest with you. I do not envy the four of you sitting there today. This is a very, very tough group today. Right, we'll start with Mullah Muhammad Abbas.
Absolutely, it's a difficult position. I mean, it was a mind-blowing recitation. The kalam shows really well. I mean, where was the first thing? First, I think you won the crowd with your ending salawat. Now, I know what it is. You're the first contestant to end with Abdul Salam, I think, right? So, I mean, I think you won the hearts of all God. This is, I'm just waiting for someone to start with Ilahi Babima.
That's the best selective, yeah.
I'm saying something like, what is the salawat? Please just explain what the salawat is, or maybe MJ can explain. It's just when we do our problem with Mansub al-Qasida, this is a very classic way of ending.
So he just said Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
I said Mullah Muhammad Abbas actually.
Okay, we have
the master of Abdul Salam, and just know that Ilahi Babima was there.
I think, look, it was really good. Honestly, a phenomenal presentation. I would just say, is there a reason you didn't start with Musallaf and you started with, what did you start with? Was it Benade anybody?
Malaik. Jiswa.
I think, this is such a beautiful kalam. Let people know, wonder, what is your success? Start straight to the Musallaf maine Ali ka qasida Juni gungunaya let everybody be, and because it's such a happy, so start a happy sort of kalam, start with what you're saying. Only when you want to do an intro, if there's like, sorry I'm taking time, but this is important. When it's like, Hussein Wale, there's the that is okay. When this one starts with the I think and you recite so well, this means say Jalal picked up on is there was a Nara Haydari, and when the Nara Haydari, after the Nara Haydari, you drop your pitch. Just a slight amount. But again, this is not a negative. I'll be honest, Jose, you notice people change pitches all the time. This is just a small tip. The other, what Maqta is Maqta? So Maqta, the second verse you recited, in Urdu Kalam, in poetry, and I think Iraqis, they say what the poet's name is. In Urdu, the poet's name comes at the last. You'll hear Takallum, you'll hear Azmi, you'll hear Zishan. So in this one, this is Suhail Shah's Kalam. Maqta is the last verse. So you did the Maqta second. that should be the last verse always. But again, these are very technical, small points. Your Urdu is very good. Only one or two words, I think there was, like you said, lebas instead of libas, liba. But then again, these are small points. I think you smashed it. You did a great job. Great kalam, great choice, lovely voice. Even that was right. But you did really well, mashallah. Keep it up, and I look forward to hearing much more of you. Excellent. Well done.
Brilliant, brilliant. I just want to say that, Ali Aslan, I think there's more than just what meets the eye, because you said something quite interesting in the beginning about not misusing your voice. There's a famous Iraqi reciter that was given the option of going down the route of musical industry, and he was good, and he could have been a multi-millionaire because of his voice, and he chose not to. So you've got a very strong message there. I like how you said Imam Ali, the first Khalif. Very important, very good. You've got a strong voice, and I can see a warrior mentality in you. So make sure you carry on with this correct mindset.
Brilliant.
Just one point. You have done a good job. Okay, the first judges mentioned, but you have actually a very flexible voice. But the reason at the end your voice becomes a bit dry because your start was not proper. You start a bit high. You should work on that. Ahsantum. You have done a good job. You have a very strong voice. And when I like the last part, Ali Imam Persian, I like that. Ahsantum. I'll give you one more point. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming Brother Bakir Thayyib. So, Jalal, I will have to be the translator here.
Okay.
So, if you could just ask everybody to announce.
نعم.
نعم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
أهلا بكم. من أي سورة إن شاء الله تبدأون القراءة؟ سورة الإسراء؟
نعم إن شاء الله أنا سأشارك في سورة الإسراء في الآيات الأخيرة.
أي آية رقم؟ مش مشكلة إذا ما عرفتم الرقم مش مشكلة. كم عمركم مولانا العزيز؟
تقريبا 22.
22.
نعم.
ومن أين أنتم؟ من دار السلام؟
جامعة المصطفى.
جامعة المصطفى. ولكن ساكن في دار السلام، نعم؟
لا. من كندوة.
Kandor, it's a different region.
محافظ المدونة.
ما شاء الله. إن شاء الله نستفيد معكم إن شاء الله بعد تهيئة المقدمات إن شاء الله. شكرا. الله يبارك فيكم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا رحمن يا رحيم.
وبالحق أنزلناه وبالحق نزل.
الله 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 أكبر.
وما
عليك.
ولم يكن له ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا رحمن يا رحيم.
وقل الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل تكبيرا.
أحسنت.
صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار جميعا على رسول الله وآله
Ahsan. Sajla, because we don't have much time,
Yeah, I know.
I'll just give the feedback to you.
مولانا العزيز، القراءة جدا جميلة من البداية حتى النهاية. أنتم تعرفون المقامات؟
نعم.
كم مقام حسنكم قرأتم في هذه القراءة؟
فقط مو جميعا.
نعم، مو جميعا. مو قرأتم الكل، مو قرأتم العجم، صح؟
فقط نحن نقلل يعني.
ايه بس مش مشكلة. القراءة جدا جميلة. أنا سميت يعني أحسن مقام يعني مقام السيكا، ما شاء الله قرأتم ممتاز. وبعد السيكا حجاز ما شاء الله جميل، وبعد حجاز نهاون جميل، وبعد نهاون الراست، والنهاية في مقام البيات. يعني بدأتم هم في القراءة، يعني أول القراءة كانت في مقام البيات. ويعني القراءة يعني نغم زين كلش تمام، والصوت زين، ولكن التجويد الأساس في قراءة القرآن المبنى تجويد، يعني أحكام التلاوة. مثلا مخارج الحروف، الحرف شين فيه صفة وفيه المخرج، نعم، أو حرف كاف فيه صفة مثلا صفة الشدة وصفة همس. تكبيرة مو تكبيرة، يعني كاف ما عنده قلقل، نعم. وقف الابتداء، يعني من أي مكان نحن لازم نبدأ، هذا جدا مهم. وشيء آخر، ولم يكن له حين يعني وقف لازم نغير ولم يكن له، نعم. وشيء آخر سرعة القراءة، شوية بطيء. إذا شوية استمر بالقراءة يعني سريعة كلش ممتاز، ولكن يعني قراءته جدا جميلة. وكما نقول في القرآن وختامه مسك Here he was, mashallah, brother Bakr Thayyib. He was reciting beautifully with domination of maqamat. He recited with actually, especially maqam Sika, I love that. Maqam Hijaz, I love that. And then the Haman, Ras. The majority of maqamat you recited. It was really beautiful, but of course there are some issues of the tajweed, of the rules of recitation, especially the recitation of the sheen, the kaf, and alif itself. When alif before alif, you have heavy letters like the kha. You see kha, mutakha. These are the points I mentioned for him, but really he did magnificent recitation of the Holy Quran. Thank you very much.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أستاذ باقر وأنت أستاذ حقيقة، بارك الله بكم. يعني ليس لدي أي تعليقات مضافة بما قاله جناب السيد وهو أستاذنا هنا، لكن أنا أتوقع أن يعني فترتك في جامعة المصطفى هي التي أدت إلى هذه النتيجة. نعم أم لا؟
نعم.
صحيح؟
صحيح.
كم صار لك تدرس هناك؟
نعم.
كم صار لك تدرس هناك في جامعة المصطفى؟ كثيرا ولا زلت؟
نعم.
لا زلت إن شاء الله تعالى. طبقات صوتك جدا متميزة وعميقة أيضا. استمر على هذا النهج ونسأل الله تعالى أن يجعلنا من أهل القرآن الكريم بإذن الله تعالى.
إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله.
بارك الله.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, the final contestant for tonight, Brother Bakr Thayyib.
My name is Fatima Shahid Jafar, and I think my performance went really well. They gave me advice, and the judges were so cool about it. They also weren't criticizing me, and they gave me proper advice for the next time I perform.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Ali Asghar Norshad Manji. Such events shows me how great our Masumins are and how excellent they are at what they do.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Sayyida Liaqat Ali Chandu, and I think an event like this should be done quite often. There is a lot of raw, untouched talents, and it's really an amazing experience to be here with esteemed people, esteemed judges, and just feel the vibe and energy and the love for the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sahil Samir, and I've competed in the Shia's Got Talent, and I feel really good, but I was a little nervous. But then after I was done, I felt that I've accomplished like spreading the message of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear viewers, my dear brothers and sisters, I really enjoyed the talent, and the judges are also really good, and I enjoyed, and alhamdulillah I recited well. So let's see inshallah if I go through to the semi-finals. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Muhammad Abbas Muhammad. I really had a good time over there reciting Quran, and I got a positive feedback from the judges. Hopefully I can improve my Quran. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Karbala 72 for organizing a wonderful event. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Zoeb Kanji. I recited Marshia, and the judge gave me remarks, and I took the positives and the negatives, and I'm going to work on them. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Muhammad Ali Wali. So this event was too fun, but even if we recited our qasidas or mankabats, Quran and speeches, now I feel that whoever will go up to the next level should be presented as one of the most best people, because they tried their best for doing anything they did. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hilal Jiraj. MashaAllah, it was a once in a lifetime experience to be in this, to be part of something so great. Alhamdulillah, this helped me make new friends as well backstage, met a lot of people, and inshallah now the nerves just gotta wait for the results. Thank you so much.
This is the time we have been waiting for. This is the moment every contestant has been waiting for. This is the time the judges have not been waiting for, because this is when it all comes down to pressure. And I think it is at this very particular moment where emotions are kept aside and you really, really need to make that decision. Hijaz, tell us, this, in my opinion, is the toughest I believe it's going to be, unless if there is another group that's got a tougher group coming along.
So the judges passed by when we were talking there, and they were like, this is a nightmare. Like judging because everyone was really good. And all of you, mashallah, have your own uniqueness and have your own gifts. So trust me, even if you miss out, God forbid, it's maybe by a 0.1 or 0.5, so really, it doesn't really make a difference. I just want to add one thing. There were participants actually crying inside there because of the nervousness, and it is nerve-wracking to speak in front of such a large audience, which is staged as well at the same time. But I just want to make sure, I want to highlight one thing. It's not about winning, and we always say this, like a cliche now, it's not about winning. But now they say, okay, we understand that we are serving the Ahlul Bayt, but I just want to make a practical assertion here. It's not only about winning, but it's about the experience that you're getting. So next time when you participate, you already have prior experience. You already know that I have taken part in a competition before, now I'll be much more equipped, I'll prepare more. So this is an experience for you, it's something that you will tell future generations. So prior to the results even being released, I think they deserve a huge round of applause for their wonderful participation.
Thank you, Ijaz, for those comforting words. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, hearts are beating, minds are racing, emotions are high, it's tense, and it's really nerve-wracking. We will be announcing 4 contestants who will be making their way to the next round. Sayyid Muhammad Hassan. Can I go last? Yes, I can tell. I was just trying to put you on the spot. Sayyid Ali, because Ali is number 1. Ali al-Awwal, so we'll start with Sayyid Ali al-Hakim.
This person that is going to go to the semi-final, they have a bright future ahead of them, and I believe that they are already ready to start doing studio work and making their own melodies and tunes. So I've given away what it's related to, kind of, and I really like that, and that's the priority in life. So I'd like to congratulate Hossein Sharali.
Just 12 names, 1 down, 3 to go, and the rest will not be joining us in the next round. Sayyid Jalal Masoodi, over to you, please.
No worries. Okay. Wallahi, first of all, I have to tell you, this was like a semi-final for me. Even it's difficult to say goodbye to some of you, especially those took me to another world, took me from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar. But it's difficult to say goodbye to them. For me, all of you are winners. You are a servant of Ahlul Bayt, the servant of the Holy Quran. But this person is charismatic personality has. This person is a proper actor. He was reciting as he was pronouncing every word by his gesture.
And he said, Jalal, if you want to be given to look after the surprise, you will not do a good job with it. You are just doing the surprise for us.
He had the more boosters in this hall. He had as well, he wanted to compete with Faith. But of course, I was the winner. he is the winner. He is a great man with great history, Muhammad Ali Wali.
I would just like to add something.
Yes.
The one who was most tensed about the results was our brother Muhammad Ali. So is this a relief to you?
Sorry.
Okay. Big hand, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Sir Muhammad Hassan, if you can please give us your card that has a winner that will be announced by you, please. Will do.
Should I give a long speech? Or should I pull off the bandage? I will. So basically, you came to impress us. You put me in a position where I want to now impress you. Sorry. Yes, Sister Fatima Jha.
Right, Mullah Muhammad Abbas Kareem, we now have one contestant left.
And slot, which is the most difficult part. Just concluding remarks. I mean, say Jalal, I genuinely feel that it's a decline. There was a lot of talk and debate because I think there's, between the four of us, I think there's probably 4 expected separately. Go through. And my name today wowed the crowd, absolutely. Their delivery was fantastic, and their confidence was amazing. And my winner today is Sayyida Liana Chandu.
Sister, meanwhile, Mac was, I'm so sorry.
Mac is fine.
Yeah. When Ustad Abbas was mentioning, preparing you, what was mentioning you, didn't some thinking, what was that? What was saying? When you just praying, what were you saying?
Ever since I was a child, I've always wanted to go to Karbala.
MashaAllah.
So for me, it was Ya Abbas, help.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wasabiqun As-Sabiqun. You have to compete against each other to set the bar higher. It hurts, but it's also joyous to see that we have all come together to compete in one of the greatest competitions to ever be hosted in Dar es Salaam and the African continent. To the rest, the 8 of you, that I personally do not believe in the terminology that we all witness. I believe that we come in, we put in maximum effort, and sometimes we win, and sometimes we learn. And hopefully next time, one of you will be leading the way to the next round. I just want to take this opportunity to put on record, on behalf of the organizers, a sincere appreciation to our donors, most importantly the Wish Foundation, who are based in Zanzibar, who have generously donated towards the cause. And a reminder to please follow us on socials. Hijab is an absolute pleasure and nerve-breaking second episode. Ladies and gentlemen, we come. They came, they saw, 4 of them conquered, 4 of them went, 8 of them go back home. And when you go back home today, remember that cheers
Thank you very much.
हमको ईसा भी मिले या रज़ा या रज़ा या रज़ा मौला ये सहने शिफा में मुश्किल हुई आसान या रज़ा मौला या रज़ा मौला सुल्तान खुरासान या रज़ा 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 जाने नौबत से तेरी कैसा रिश्ता है मेरा उस तसलसल पे वहाँ दिल धड़कता है मेरा या रज़ा या रज़ा या रज़ा मौला आशिक हूँ तुम्हारा है ये मेरी पहचान या रज़ा मौला या रज़ा मौला सुल्तान खुरासान
Shia's Got Talent.